All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here. We're live. We got a weird glow going on with the candles today. I don't know what that's all about, but it's there. So, anyways, going to take your questions. We're going to plug a few things. We're going to have some fun. Hopefully, keep people entertained. That's what we're here for. I'm just a dancing monkey in a box. That's it. Got to give an official shout out to my official sponsor, Powder Tools Steamboat. None of the other stores, just Powder Tools Steamboat. Bernie hooking it up. I got the official team hoodie, the official Powder Tools team hat because I'm an official sponsored rider. Not really. I'm just a homie with the crew, but I am sponsored by them. They are my Steamboat shop. So if you're going to Steamboat, go to Powder Tools and tell them Avran sent you. And make sure if you need a boot fit, you ask for Bernie. He likes to get his little tiny elven hands on people's feet. He might sniff your feet too, especially if it's busy. If it's really, really busy, you want Bernie. Otherwise, ask for Carl. Carl will take care of you. But whatever you do, watch out for Thunder Cheeks. He might lick your feet. So that, and if you see a giant half man, half stump ape walking around, Sasquatch motherfucker. Lives in his mom's basement because it's his future inheritance. That's Curtis. Slap him a high five. So, yeah, there we go. Anyways, a couple things that you guys should know. There are some links down in the description. Bombhole is doing a raffle for the white snowboard of life. It's one of two in the world. So it's basically a black snowboard to death with an all white top sheet. They're trying to raise some money for some cool stuff that Blue Montgomery, the owner of Capita, believes in. So definitely click that link. You can buy a ticket for $25. I bought two today. Also, there's a link to Baker Street Snow. They're doing a raffle, $20 a ticket for the ride. Russell Winfield, Virgil collab that everyone is scalping on the internet right now for like 15 grand because hype beasts with bots bought everything, which is bullshit. So I'd rather support Baker Street Snow because they're actually giving back to snowboarding. And if any of you people bought one of those boards and is scalping it, you better fucking donate 10% to the Hoods to Woods Foundation. Because if you don't, I hope you get rectal cancer and it bleeds everywhere. Okay. Anyways, so yeah, 2023 product. If you follow me on Instagram at Angry Snowboarder, you probably saw a bunch of photos and stuff. So got to see a couple things. I actually picked up a bunch of stuff. I got a bunch of Nideckers and battalions in the other room, and I got a Rome Retox corn cob. But yeah, battalion bindings. So basically very similar to a Rome. Obviously, they borrow because Nidecker and them have the same family. So yeah, but high back. Straps actually look really cool. They're actually like a little thicker, it looks like, than the Oxtec ones from Rome. So there's like a little more girth around the edges of it as well. And then they got a different take on the Oxtec toe strap. But yeah, I'll be riding these next week. So yeah, we got that. Let's see. Also, I know a lot of people saw the photos of the Supermatic Nidecker binding that I posted. So my set should be here next week, I think. I don't think it's going to make it this week, so it should be here next week or the week after. But I got to play with them for about 10 minutes, like folding the high back down, doing stuff with that. For a step-in binding, like a true strap-in, step-in binding, this is where things should go. Not that Clue bullshit, not cinch, flow, SP. No, this and the best part is the way that they're marketing it too, because they're like, this is not a binding for everyone. This is not going to be for everyone. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's coming in. I'm going to ride it. For everyone that's like, oh, are you actually going to ride it? Yes, I am actually legitimately going to ride it. Because as I said last week in the live stream, maybe it was last week. I saw this binding 2 years ago when they first 3D printed it. And I remember at the time, the sales manager, Kevin Addy, was like, do not take photos. Do not talk about this. You never saw this. And I was like, okay. He's like, it's coming and you will get one. And I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. So to finally see one that isn't all 3D printed parts, but it's actually got the real mechanism in there and how it locks and how that works. And like looking at it, I feel more secure with that than I do that Clue bullshit, which ironically enough, because we were at the demo yesterday, some guy came up with Clue bindings to almost every tent and was like, I need ratchets. I broke my ratchets. Do you guys have anything that would work? Literally couldn't find a part for his fucking bindings. I mean, I can make a Burton ratchet work on a now binding. I can make a Rome ratchet work on a battalion binding. I can make a now ladder work on a Rome, vice versa. I can take a union and put other parts on it. This guy, literally nothing would fucking fit in there and work. That ought to tell you, like, how fucking stupid those things are. Like, finding parts for those. Good luck when you're on vacation and you're in some country or some state or someplace that's never heard of them, and they're just like, here's our rental binding. Go mount that up and have fun. So yeah, so that was actually really funny to see, just like some dude going around and trying to get parts that he couldn't, and everyone was like this. And I actually had a nice long chat with a few different reps about step-in bindings and stuff. Some from companies that don't, some from companies that do, and we were all talking about it. But the one thing that really remains the same that we've kind of seen for a while is this is very reminiscent of the mid to late 90s when everyone was doing a step-in binding, and there was a lot of companies that don't exist anymore that made them, and they were trash back then, and everyone thought they were going to be the next big fucking thing, and they weren't. Also, it looks like the connection might be a little unstable. If it is, just let me know. I'm sorry. But yeah. So anyways, like, we were talking about this, and we were all reminded of different bindings that were step-ins back in the day and how they didn't make it. And it's the same thing I say about Clue. I'm like, are they going to be here in 2 years? Probably not, because the people that are going to buy it, that's what they're going to have. And that's it. It's not like, oh, I got to get another pair, and I got to get another pair, and I got to get another pair. It's the same thing that happened with the Burton step-ins back in 98 or so. People bought them, and then I still see people rocking them. Like, that plastic in those is questionable. And like 20, 30 years later, you're just like, 25 years, and you're like, Jesus, you're still fucking using this. And it's the same concept there. So it's really funny to see everyone's perspective, because they were like, you're the only one that has that. Like, everyone else, they're like, they're throwing money at people. They're trying to promote it. They're trying to do all this stuff. And we're like, it's like longevity. Like, the Nidecker one, 4 years of R&D. The Burton one had over $1 million put, actually, I think it was 3 million that they put into it for R&D. Like, there's all these companies with serious budgets and time frames that do it. That Clue binding was a 3D design binding that won an innovation contest, that got funding and got put in front of venture capitalists that got money. I mean, right now, the plastic does not look good in it. You like look at it and you're like, wow, this looks rough. And I talked to a few people that are like, oh yeah, I had one come in my shop. I had this, that. And we were all talking about it, and they're like, it looks rough. It's an open beta product. That's really what it is. It's an open beta product that you're paying $500 for. So that Supermatic, I'm more optimistic about, because 1, 4 years of R&D. 2, Nidecker owns half the snowboard industry, so they've got a lot of good designers. 3, they even say in the marketing for it, they're like, it's not for everyone. And I was like, fuck, finally, someone gets it. Like, market it to the people that's for. There are people that need something like that. I'm not denying that, but like, stop being like, this is going to change everything. They're like, hey, here's another option. That's truthfully what I really like. So, okay. Anyways, let's try to get some of these super chats out of the way. And, if you super chat, get a spin of the wheel. I did throw up on the wheel because I'm redoing the store. Hopefully Monday, all the new stuff will be up. So, yeah, if we redo that on Monday, winner could get a t-shirt. So hopefully we're good. Hopefully the connection's doing better. I don't know what's going on. Town's all fucking cattywampus. Okay. Stuff I find interesting. I don't understand why skiers carry their stuff inside the lodge to get ready. BS. Getting ready cars. Besides getting ready car side, the stuff they do is idiotic. Skiers do stupid shit. Skiers are fucking stupid. Skiers are fucking stupid. That's fire cures all, especially skiers, which, funny enough, yesterday I was riding with my Rome rep, and we're coming down to the chairlift, and there's an idiotic skier in the middle of the run. He sprayed her. Rome, living up to their marketing. Spray skiers. All right. Okay, we got Jeffrey O'Brien. What's a good East Coast freeride board? Mega Merc, Black Snowboard to Death flagship. Saw your video on the All Mountain Freeride, and I'm leaning towards the Jones flagship. Yeah, flagship Black Snowboard to Death would probably be my two go-tos, I think, for the East Coast in there. I'd also probably throw some of the Nitro stuff in there, like maybe the Highlander or the Pantera, which they're pricey. Even a Super Team would be really good because there's some really good stuff. So, okay. All right. We got a super chat from Kevy Aspili. Who makes the best step-in binding with ratchets on the inside? I can't find any of on the Never Summer website, and Outdoor Master doesn't have any either, and they're my favorite companies. Someone needs to pimp slap that motherfucker. All right, next on Super Chat gets a spin. So let's see. Let's find a question here. Okay. Kyle, do you think there's a weight that is too big for boarding? I have a few years of boarding, but it's been 5 years. I was already big and stacked up 80 pounds. I just want to cruise around. I don't know, though. I mean, I've had some really big people hitting the personal shopper lately, and we've been able to find them product. So, and I'm talking like double me, like size. And so there is that. But I would, judging by some of these whale elephants that I see coming here from the Midwest and like the corn states, the flyover states, because there's nothing but cornfields, children of the corn. There probably is a weight limit. And having worked in rental shops, I mean, I think I had to tell a kid one time that I thought he was having a heart attack in the store. Like I had to we almost called the ambulance. Like his dad was like, he'll be fine. Just give him a soda. And I was like, I don't think he needs a soda. I think he needs like oxygen. But I would say like 450 plus 400. If you're so big, you can't see your feet when you stand, or small children or dogs, and there's a beeper on you when you back up, that might be too big. Ooh. Remember to subscribe, people. Remember to subscribe. Okay. We got Igor K. Let's talk about the Blue Montgomery podcast from the bomb hole that you linked on Instagram. It was such an eye-opener that people should really listen to it. Yes, I donated. Yeah, go hop on the link in the description. Go donate $25. Maybe you win a freaking really cool snowboard. Swing over to bombhole.com as well. You can also check out the Blue Montgomery podcast that he just did. If you haven't checked out the Kevin Jones one, I'd recommend that too. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Find some other questions here. Trying to catch up. Okay. This is actually really funny. This comes in from Adam Carvalho. Just went to the Clue website. All of their riders are wearing dope snow stuff. Exactly. That's all you need to know right there. Just trash. Fucking trash. Okay, we got our moderator, Billy Ray Valentine. Thank you, L Stacker, for the sticker at Bogus Basin. RIP, rest in peace, L Stacker, not bogus. Party platter, smash like, eat a weenie, whatever. Well, that's ridiculous. Oh, you motherfucker, you won yourself a jumbo sticker pack. I got to mail you one. All right. Well, okay. Yeah, so Monday, hopefully I'll have the store redone. We'll get some new stuff. Let's see. Okay, we got Adel. Is there any downside to using a large Burton binding with a size 10 boot? With aggressive forward lean, my boots get pushed too far forward on size medium bindings. Every company is different, but the Burton large is like really large, and a 10, you're right on the cusp. But it depends on what boot you have. So if you're like in a 32, a deluxe, one of those boots that's bulkier, you probably do need a large. But if you're like in something that's got shrink tech or anything like that, or a slimmer profile, you want the medium. Like I'm a 10 boot and I can go either way with each binding, but I know when I go up to like a larger binding, I end up having some strap issues. So yeah. Okay. Let's see what else we got going on here. Got a super chat from Ginger Boardman V2 K2 Mace's boot fit almost perfect, but are a little tight on my little toe once my ankles are tightened. Move the conda up and tighten less to help. Any fix upgrade to extra boa on the Thraxis. No, you've got a boot that fits almost perfect. All you need to do is heat mold that liner. It's a full intuition liner. So if you heat mold it, when it cools down, it should push out right where you're getting that hot spot right there. If it's really bad, you can get like some 3M foam with the sticker sheet on the back of it, cut like a little oval and put it right on the side of your foot, right where it is. Then so you put a sock on, you put it over that, then you put another sock over it so it's there. Heat mold the liner. That'll push it out a little bit, and you should end up with just a little bit more space in there, which is what you actually want. I'm redoing the boot fitting 101 videos, so I'm actually going to show how to do all that. I'm going to borrow the boot oven from the underground and kind of show you guys what you need to do with that. So yeah. Okay. Jeff Demoose 776. Love my interior plane project, Haro, but its days may be limited. What board would you recommend that's similar, maybe a little more aggressive? Okay. So if you want something a little more aggressive, Capita Outsiders, Ride Bench Warmer, Rome Mod Stale, the camber one. So you want to make sure you go with that. So the Mod Stale, because that's the cambered mod in there. Those three would be really good. To an extent, the Rosinal Juggernaut, but that's probably too stiff for what you actually want. So yeah. So there's that. Let's see what else. I'm trying to think. Like, I feel like I'm brain farting something. Well, even the Ride Zero would be more aggressive than the Haro, and you get an ASIM side cut with it. Let's see what else. I guess to an extent, the GNU Rider's Choice C3. Make sure it's the C3 one. I want to do that. If you're doing like Battalion, there's actually going to be an Evil Twin Plus coming out. So I've got that in the other room too. So that would be another option for you. Yeah, I do owe Ginger Boardman to a spin. Let's do this. What do we got? Oh, it's a bounce back. Oh, small sticker pack. Email me, info@angrysnowboarder.com. And I will get that in the mail to you. New stickers are showing up Friday, too. I just ordered like 1,500 new stickers, so we got that one. This is just a good thing to say from Richard Medico. I sprayed a whole family of skiers standing in the middle of a trail last weekend. Not all heroes wear capes. Nope. Okay. Ronan, best resorts for Denver locals. I don't ride weekends, so crowds aren't an issue. If you're looking for like as fast as possible from Denver, you're looking at like your Eldora, Winter Park, Loveland for just straight out of Denver. But since you're riding midweek and you don't care, just go to Copper. In all honesty, go to Copper, get an Icon Pass, and that way you can go do Copper. You got Winter Park. If anything's going on with the highway, you get a midweek storm because they are on a different storm track. Plus, you can shoot up to Steamboat. If you get the one with no blackout days, or no blackouts, like the unlimited one, you get 5 days at Aspen, you get 5 days at the Basin. That's a really good bang for your buck. The other thing would be maybe pick up the midweek A Basin Pass as well. So the A Basin midweek pass has no blackouts on holidays. It's a Monday through Friday pass, and I think it's like $150 or $200 cheaper than their unlimited pass. So it's really, really solid. Okay, so we got 156 of you guys in here. It's been a while since we had a good old Slimothy Whitman voicemail, and I didn't play one last week. So for those of you that don't know, we have this very special person named Slim that likes to call in and leave really weird voicemails. So this one's from January 1st at 4:36 p.m. and it's 1 minute and 31 seconds long. May God have mercy on our souls.
I'm leaving a message for Avran. Avran. Okay, listen. I have left the state of Alabama. Left the state. I'm currently traversing around the state called Utah.
Slim went to Utah.
I don't know how to say it. Okay. Back at home, I found a nice watermelon couple. Okay, so look out. Okay. I am not going to the canyon or sometime. Okay, because something. Well, let's just say, I was put on timeout. Okay, timeout. Okay, I know you do a podcast from the state of Utah, okay, called the Bomb Hole.
Oh God, Slim's found the bomb hole.
In this state, because I know the state is where it happened, okay, Avran? So I'm on 15, okay, north to Salt Lake City, and I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna be a guest on your podcast, and you're finally gonna admit to everyone how much you need me.
Oh God. Slim's going to Utah and he thinks I run the bomb hole. I feel sorry for Chris Grenier and Eastone. That's awful. Oh, Slim. Driving around in his Miata, it sounded like the top was down or broken again. Either way, fucking Slim. The worst. All right, Brandon Tauscher, spin for Mr. Whitman. How ironic. What do we got? Ooh, where are we going with this one? Support the Shred Foundation, everyone. Shredfoundation.org. Okay. Okay, Turning Boards, new room party mod for next year. Anything different carryover? Thanks and stay angry. New graphic. That's it. Same awesome fucking board. So yeah. Okay. Lewis Brooks, I used to laugh and not believe you when you said Ollie Fat Skier Kids. Now I've moved from New Zealand to the US. I know exactly what you mean. These kids and their obnoxious parents are everywhere. Crotch goblins as far as the eye can see. I actually got yelled at by one today because, first off, if your friend falls in the middle of a cat trek, why would you unstrap and leave your board face down so it can take off and then sit there thumbjacking your queef holes so no one can get by you? I got yelled at for ollieing over someone's snowboard. If they'd yelled sooner, I would have tail tapped the high back and just watched the board sail down the hill and just laughed the whole way. Like, who the fuck does this? The worst. Ugh. All right. We got the Send It Syndicate with a question here. What to put last in a 5-feature box rail line? Plastic 2-foot diameter corrugated tube, 6-inch diameter steel tube, or a rainbow box? It should progressively get harder as it goes. So the rainbow box should actually be at the top. I would probably put the 6-inch steel diameter tube, and I would make it like an Urban-On feature to do it. The corrugated, while cool, you kind of want that either at the top or the bottom because those things suck up speed. So I would put the tube, the 6-inch steel tube at the bottom, put it in a down position. So, yeah. Ooh, eat your muscle cheese, people. Eat your muscle cheese. Francois Seguin picked up a pair of Flow Fuse Carbon last week to go with my 2022 B-set. Super responsive and works amazing since I'm only doing free ride. I picked up a pair of Flow Fuse Carbons as well yesterday, and I'll be reviewing them for 2023. So I can't wait to ride a binding that stiff and be like, oh my God, I hate my life. Actually, today I rode the Auto Plus from Karua. God, that thing is fucking amazing. Super, super amazing. So for any Angry Snowboarder VIP members, I think May 1st or 2nd, the Karua reviews will be dropping like every Monday on there. And then June, I'll start dropping the 2023 written reviews, the early reviews for everyone on there. So You guys will have something to read over the summer and get stoked on. But yeah, been riding a bunch of Karuas this past week. I actually rode some Arbor stuff at the demo too. But yeah, so I rode Transition Finder Plus, and Auto Plus. Transition Finder is a little narrower than the old Tranny Finder, so it's a little more nimble edge to edge. The Plus version of it was very lively, felt everything in it, compared to the Auto Plus, which just felt a little more damp, like more stable. So yeah, been riding those, but can't wait to ride those flows with the carbon. That's gonna be fun. What do we got? Where are we going? Smash that like button, everyone. Smash that like button. Okay. We got Porter Nelson looking to add a park twin to a quiver full of directional twins and a full directional boards. Looking at maybe the Roam Agent or Party Mod. Any other suggestions? Those are both great options. If you want camber, obviously the Agent is a little softer and more forgiving overall, but the Party Mod with that flat to rocker makes it more playful in the tip of the tail. It's got more spring out of it. When you actually roll back on the tail, you'll notice that pop in there. Boards that I would look at, so you're looking for like a true twin. So it sounds like you want something that's perfectly well balanced. I would, let's see. What am I thinking here? Well, DOA should be on there. Ride Zero or Bench Warmer, depending on what stiffness you want. The Zero is going to be more playful, which I really like the Zero. Actually, I like it more than the Bench Warmer. Bench Warmer is more like all mountain versatile. I would also look at the Westmark Camber from Arbor, not the rocker, but the actual camber. I think that one, unless you really want something more playful from the middle of it. The GNU Headspace comes to mind as well. Oh, let's see. You could always do a Burton custom. Well, no, that's kind of, isn't that directional twin? I think that's still directional twin. But yeah, let's see what else. Rosnell Jigsaw, if you're on a price point budget, that's always a good one. Oh, let's see. Battalion Evil Twin. I actually like this generation of the Evil Twin. It's actually really, really good. Oh, the Yes Greats is also a good option to throw in there, or even the Jackpot too. I actually have top 5 jib boards coming out today, later today, probably tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. I'm lazy. And then next week, I think I'm going to do top 5 park boards for the year too. So that list will be coming out next week. But I think everything I just gave you should give you a few options. Sorry if I feel a little sun fried. It's like negative 25 this morning, and then I went snowboarding, so I'm recovering. I think I'm also like kind of crashing because I ate 2 donuts before I got on here. Ooh, lose a turn. Ouch. All right, we got Rick Kinzer. What's your thoughts on Captain Navigator? And for my size, riding a 150, sold my Super Pig. Thought it was too much board for me. I don't know what your size is. So I haven't ridden the new Navigator since they put camber in it, and that's one board I absolutely need to get on. I do get requests for it. Kevin rode it and said that it was twitchy on hardpack and like loose in the tail, but it was, I think he rode that at Winter Park, and those were like boilerplate awful conditions, like would have been an average day on the East Coast. So I kind of take that loosely. I need to ride that board. Unfortunately, I don't know too much about it. All right. Eat your must cheese, people. Okay. Carlos Enriquez, for as good as it feels to see Vail fall on its face, we need them to do better, or else our icon mountains will be more overcrowded next year. So what really needs to happen is there needs to be a cap on passes. You need to have a set deadline and a set amount. Like A-Basin has done this for the last 2 years, where they've cut down their amount of season passes. Powder Mountain does this too. So they have X number of season passes. When they're sold out, that's gone. Then they cap how many day tickets. Like there is a finite resource. Like the mountain is a finite resource. You cannot just keep throwing more people at it. This past Saturday, Breckenridge. So basically, if you weren't on the road at 4 a.m., like if you left at 4:30, I heard it was a 3-hour drive to Breck. So 3 hours. So 5:30, 6:30, 7:30. So you got there at 7:30, right? Then it was a 45-minute wait at the airport lot to take the free shuttle in to go a mile. 45 minutes. All right, 8:15 a.m. Then it was a 2.5 hour wait to get on the gondola, which, by the way, just so everyone knows, take the fucking free bus up to the base of Peak 8 or go over to Peak 9. But yeah, actually get off at Peak 7, probably be better. So you had another 2.5 hours there. So 9:15, 10:15, 10:45. Then it was like an hour plus wait at the chairlift. You didn't get on the hill till afternoon. What is your time fucking worth? I always get this argument from people that are like super epic fanboys, and they're like, well, it's usually military members, and they're like, I only paid like $100 for my military pass. And I was like, what's your fucking time worth, dude? My time is worth way more than that. Like way more than that. It's time for people to start holding Vail accountable. And I love that we're discounting our season passes for next year. If you're dumb enough to buy a pass with them at a discount for next year, thinking it's going to get better, it's not. And they've been blaming COVID for their fucking how they don't have staff. No, they don't pay shit. No one can afford to fucking live here. Sorry. When they were like, oh, we're raising it to $15 an hour. Yeah, because you're on federal land and you have to. People don't want to work for you. They can't afford to live. Like, I'm lucky with where I live and what I pay, but the average price for a bedroom to rent in Breckenridge now is $1,400. $1,400. That's in a shared house, sometimes with like 5 other roommates. That's fucked. They're going to pay them $15 an hour. They don't want to fucking do it. You get a free pass. Yeah, you know what? I buy my passes and write them off on my taxes for work. Free pass doesn't mean shit anymore. It's like, I hate to say it, but you oversold your fucking product. You over marketed everything. Like this past weekend was the snow sculptures in Breckenridge. I've never seen so many fucking assholes in this town. Like someone kicked my dog the other night, kicked my puppy. When I yelled at them, their response was, well, it's not our problem, blah, 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 blah. It was a woman that kicked it. And I was like, bitch, you do it again, I'll fucking smack you. Don't ever kick my dog. And the husband got up in my face and pushed me and goes, what are you going to do? I fucking smacked him. Shut him right up. But I was like, get your fucking tourist ass out of here. It's like, they're just bringing these entitled assholes here. Like these mountain towns can't handle it. Like we've gone past it. Like I want people to come and experience the mountains. Don't get me wrong. I think that's fucking great. But Vail needs to be held accountable. Like what's going on at Stevens Pass is criminal. Fucking absolutely criminal. They took everyone's money, got rid of their staff housing, so they have no staff, and they pay even worse wages up there. Like no one wants to fucking work. What do you expect is going to happen? Like it's bullshit. People should start looking at like, and the whole idea of like, well, I live in New York City and I'm just going to fly to Colorado. Why? You've got a ton of resorts around there. It might be time to go off the beaten path, like get away from the Epic and the Icon passes and get like a small mom and pop. Like it's why I buy an A Basin pass. I've had a Loveland pass. I mean, I might even get a Ski Cooper pass. So yeah, I don't know. Like fuck. Vail ruins everything. Fuck them. Johnny Crew. Oh wait, I gotta give a spin here. Oh, we're bouncing back. Bomb hole giveaway. Click the link. Go pay $25. Get entered into a raffle. It'd be really awesome to raise some money. Let's February. It's February. I want to give back to snowboarding more. Also, tomorrow there'll be a random angry drop being given away. So, and there'll be one next week as well. Only in Colorado, unfortunately. But as we get closer to the 25th of the month, there's going to be a big giveaway going on. It's the 20th anniversary of my flight for life and being and rupturing my spleen snowboarding. Got airlifted and shit. So we're going to celebrate that as well. Okay. We got Johnny Crick. Did Kevin at Snowboard Not Pro Camp get banned from Whistler? You know, that's a really good question. And my friends in Whistler aren't sure if he did. And that's why he moved out of there. So last year he posted a video of him going right into an avalanche zone and being like, it's a powder day. Doesn't matter. They were literally open blasting. And he rode in there. And he got called out from it. And a few people that work at Whistler that know him blew him in. I think he's actually banned. I'm not sure. This is all speculation from what I've heard from multiple sources, but sounds like it. And like, if you're going to be stupid and put yourself in danger and then make a video about it for clickbait and fucking put other people in danger, you deserve to get banned. Fuck them. Like, I got banned from Vail Resorts for suplexing a guy in the lift line after he hit me from behind. I'm the asshole. I didn't put Ski Patrol in danger. Like, I have an ex that did marketing for Vail. She's evil. And she got fired, I'm pretty sure. Or she got reprimanded, and then it led to her contract not being re-signed or something like that. But basically, she was supposed to go up with some athletes in the morning to get powder shots, but she had to wait till Ski Patrol okayed it, and they were actively blasting, and she went in there. And I think people's passes got taken. She got suspended for a couple weeks, and I think that's what led to her not being rehired. But it's kind of serious shit, people. Like, avalanche terrain is a serious thing, and avalanche blasting is super serious. Like, don't fuck around with that. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else we got here? Okay. We got the coffee guy. I just purchased an Arbor Westmark camber and wear size 11 boots and weigh 220 pounds. They have a regular 59 and the 157 mid-wide. Any thoughts? I love the show. You can ride the 57 mid-wide. It won't boot out on it, but it's going to be softer at 220 than what they state. Just know that it's going to have more. I think they make like a 61 or a 62 mid-wide, which would probably be better, but it sounds like you want this more for like a park board. And if that's the case, yeah, go with the 57 mid-wide. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I get a bunch of people asking about the merch store. So it's angrysnowboarderstore.com. There's actually a link in the description. You can go click it, buy it. I'm putting more stuff up for Monday, though. So, yeah. Okay, from C Story 333. From the demo you were at, which brand got you most excited for next year's line of boards? Jones has a couple cool things going on with their boards. There's a new one called the Tweaker. So twin with like 7 millimeters. There's a lot of 3D shaping. That was the big thing that I noticed. So like K2's got a lot of 3D shaping. There's more 3D shaping in Jones. Yes has some new shapes. Rome's got a 20th anniversary agent, and they put the double kick from the Artifact on there, but it's got a whole new shape. That was really cool. Capita's got some cool stuff coming out as well. Let's see. What else was there? There weren't a ton of brands. Ride's got some cool stuff, like the Peace Seeker. Really want to ride that. Super bad. Nidecker, I actually got almost all the Nidecker. I got a bunch of the Battalion stuff. So Battalion has a whole plus line next year. So there's like Evil Twin plus, Goliath plus, Party. You already knew there was a Party Wave plus, but yeah, so there's that. But by and large, like, it's cool seeing more 3D shaping that's not like insane. Like, you look at it and you're like, why would you do that? It's more like, oh, this makes sense. So the new Antidote, which is what Sage rode in Natural Selection last week, it's replacing the Manifest team. And it's got a 3D shaping after the contact point. So what it's designed is it's going to funnel POW out to the side, but not sacrifice that edge bite of the contact point. So that's really cool to see stuff like that. So I'll be riding this stuff. This would really be a better question after I ride some stuff. I just need to spend a little more time with it. Yeah. Evidently, I look great in green. Okay. Okay, Muffins. Any advice on snowboard-specific workout routines? Snowboarding works some weird muscles. So there's a couple on Instagram called Mobility Duo, and they do workouts and stuff. So like my boy Bruce, my old intern, is actually going through that with them. And it's not just strength training, it's also flexibility and stuff. So I would start there, follow them, and see what they're doing with the free stuff. And then they also offer classes, and then maybe you need to go to one of their classes. You do work a lot of different muscles. So like for me, when I'm working out, I have so I usually bike about 10 miles when I get to the gym, somewhere between 5 and 10 miles. I just try to crank that out. And then what I'm actually working is like, so I work like my lats, and then I build up all the muscles on my shoulders. Core strength is very important. Hip, anything that tightens up the hip flexors, the patella tendons, anything like that. Squats are really good because when you come down hard on a landing, you'll bend, and if it's stronger, build up your glutes as well. Anything that doing balance board exercises or anything that helps build stability in the ankles is key as well. Unfortunately, I'm not a physio or a personal trainer. I just know what works for me after 25 years of riding and horrible, horrible injuries. So, yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. All right. We got Eric Chen for my cousin, advanced rider, 175 pounds. He has a crew, a dart, and a mountain twin, mainly in Cali. What's missing from his quiver? He's got a dart, mountain twin. Realistically, he probably just needs a free ride board. So flagship, black snowboard to death, stuff in that category. If that's what he's really looking for, if he's trying to add a third board in that line. There'll be some overlap with the dart and the mountain twin in there, but you could go with like that, like you get like a couple inches of pow. So it's not like you need a full pow board, but but they've also got perfectly groomed runs. So you're going to hit some corduroy. I think like that in between in there, since he's got a crew a dart, he maybe a transition finder would be cool for him as well. That would kind of overlap that mountain twin. So yeah. Let's see. We're bouncing back to Bountiful giveaway. Links down there. Go buy yourself the white snowboard of life. $25 to get entered in that raffle. All right, we got a question from Cryon. Does A-Basin get as busy as Epic Mountains on weekends? No. The problem with A-Basin is because it's after Keystone, it's the fucking traffic to Keystone that clogs it up. So if you're coming up through Silverthorne, it sucks. If you're going over Loveland Pass and it's open, you shouldn't have a problem getting there. But yeah, no, by and large, it's nowhere near as busy. Okay, Jeffrey O'Brien, binding Rex for a free ride board, not looking for a 10-10 stiff, but something stiff enough to charge and carve hard. Lean towards the Burton Cartel X. Burton Cartel X now drive the Ride 9 Series A or C, kind of depends on what you want. Rome Cleaver should also be in that. To an extent, the Union Atlas as well. It's just not as damp of a binding, so that'll give you a few options. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. We got Igor K with the super chat. According to your Instagram, there's a lot of new boards for 2023 to ride. Did you ride some? What about that K2 Antidote hype? Haven't ridden the Antidote. I rode the Single and the Satori from Arbor. Those were the only two. Conditions were like Velcro snow because it was super cold. So I didn't really, and I only did like, I think 7-8 laps yesterday on two boards. I'm not reviewing them from that. I'm going to email Arbor and see what I can get. But yeah, there's a lot of new stuff. I mean, companies are kind of getting back around to where they need to be. So, the reviews will be dropping in the fall as always. Overall, I know, so this week it's finishing up Karua. Next week will be Nidecker Battalion. The week after that, I'll probably still be finishing up the Nidecker Battalion, but I'll also pick up the first round of Mervyn boards. Then, let's see, after those are done, that'll be the Yes, Jones, and Now stuff. Then about middle of March, I'll be getting K2 Ride, I think. And I got to email some other companies. Like I think Kemper's supposed to give me stuff. White Space, Sean White, horrible name. White Space. It's like safe spaces for white people. And then I got to email Nitro and see what they can get me. Capita. I got to get some Capita stuff too. Hopefully I can get some Union bindings this year so I don't have to buy them to review them. There's a couple things from Rosinal I've got to ride, but a lot of stuff was carried forward. I got to talk to the Telos guys because they got stuff. Rome, there's only like a handful of things from them that I need to ride. yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at. But overall, stuff looked clean. I mean, it's really cool to see the Yes Orca, their version of the War Orca. I might just buy one for shits and giggles because it's just funny to me that they actually made something called the Orca. Also, the Yes Standard gets full camber for next year too, which is crazy, crazy. So, yeah. Ooh, spin again. Okay, where were we? Let's see. Remember to subscribe. Okay, so we got a question from D. Rick. I cracked the top sheet on the nose of my room sawtooth during a crash. I rode it 2 more days and it didn't feel any negatives in riding. I guess I keep riding it until it dies one day. Do you agree? Look at the sidewalls. So like take it and look where the crack is and see if the sidewalls have creased. If they haven't, and you flex it and it's just like, because that, I'm pretty sure that the sawtooth had a lacquer coat top sheet, and those lacquer coat top sheets, the clear coats, they crack, and then you're like, the board's cracked. It's literally just the clear coat. It's nothing more. Like structurally, the board's fine. So you need to go look at the sidewalls of that and grab the nose and grab it right by the binding and just flex it and see if anything pops and bulges from the side. If it doesn't, it's probably totally fine. So yeah. Okay, so we got one from Michael Jacob. Ride Super Pig versus Rome Stalefish. Stalefish is actually a little more nimble edge to edge when you're really charging harder. It holds an edge. It's also a little thicker in the core, in my opinion, so it's a little more damp. Now, the Super Pig actually has better pop. Like when you load that camber profile, it's also a little more playful in the nose in there. The ride does have the topless top sheet, which some people have experienced chipping on, so you got to kind of be aware of that. But they pretty much line up side by side. It comes down to what you want. Like Stalefish, a little more turny, has a little more power off the tail. Super Pig, a little more playful, a little more buttery, a little more like different pop because just the way the camber profile is on that too. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Chris Anderson with a PSA, Hoods to Woods reminder. There's a link in the description down below to Baker Street Snow. They're doing a raffle of the Ride Algorithm Virgil collab. So some of the money will be going to the Hoods to Woods Foundation because people are fucking hype beasts bought the boards and they're poaching them for like 15 grand. Fucking douche canoes on there. So I know I normally promote the Shred Foundation, but we're also going to promote Hoods to Woods. It's kind of like a brother organization. I know Brian Papao, one of the founders, and Omar is a good dude. So those guys are super solid. Like, you know, let's just hype up people. February, we're trying to give back. Let's give back to snowboarding. Let's like make this a thing. Like I challenge all of you to do one thing to help snowboarding culture this month and giving back, whether you're donating old gear, you're donating to one of these raffles that I keep talking about. Maybe you're volunteering with a local charity. Maybe you're just like, maybe you just bring coffee and donuts to a lifty. I don't know. You do stuff like that, you know. Although they're lifties, so they probably need weed and beer because they're lifties. Lifties like weed and beer. You got to feed them weed and beer together. Mix it. But let's try to give back snowboarding this month, make it a little more normalized and stuff. Just do stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. All right, Chris, let's give you a spin. Fire cures all. All right. Carl Bryson, Bank Slalom race board choices. Libtech, Ejack, Signal, Yups, GNU Gremlin, or Squash. What one would be the best? Gremlin. Out of those 4, the Gremlin would be the one. It's the dampest one out of those 4. It holds the best edge. It's got the most power out of the tail for ripping a trench. So like if you get stuck in a rut and you've got to lay that edge in to push through a turn, you're going to be able to do it. And since we're talking bank slaloms, there is a sign-up link in the description down below for the Slash and Burn Bank Slalom up in Steamboat in March. So get your spot, register. Come on. I want to see you people going. I don't know if I'm going to go yet or not. I'm waiting. I got to figure out my schedule in the next couple days, but I really would like to get up there for it. But yeah, so Slash and Burn, sign up for it and rip it. Okay. John asks, does a stiff board need to be paired with at least a medium stiff binding? It's personal preference. But I do think that like bindings that tend to be a little stiffer do control it a little bit better. All right, we got Kevy Spilly praying for some snow. He wants some white stuff sprayed all over his face. Remember to subscribe if you're new here. All right. Ogre Boy 666. What happened to Camrock Cam? So hybrid camber profiles like the Rome Mountain Pop profile. They suck, right? They don't suck. It's just like we needed to get away from camber to go back so we could perfect camber and bring it back in a different iteration so it's not as aggressive. So that camber profile, a lot of companies just were like, yo, we got too many camber stories. It's better to have our S camber, traditional camber, camber 2.0, and a flat to rocker. And so they did it. It was like, so a lot of companies have gotten rid of it. Unless they're like, Never Summer. Then they just added more camber to their rocker camber. Yeah, that fucking made sense. Nick Larson, I picked up a pair of Vans Infused, which felt great in the shop while traversing on my toe side. The base of the tongue collapsed in on the top of my foot. I put a bit of foam in the area, but it didn't seem to do a whole lot. Got any other tips? It seems like it needs to be stiffer. So the Infuse, I think you can actually stiffen that up. But what it sounds like is you've got too much space in your instep. So you probably need to pull that stock insole, put something with a higher instep in there, raise yourself up. So what's happening is it's collapsing down because you're going up on your toes and it's creating a crease point. So it's creasing in on itself. So it probably has too much space in there and you probably had too much up and down movement inside the boot. Okay. Let's see. We got the Syndicate with a super chat. Casey Willax rides Lago boards. Thoughts on those? I haven't been on them in a while, but so they're made by GP87. They're designed by the GP87 designer. When I've ridden them, they're actually really good boards. And I mean that they're legitimately good boards. The problem is like the way Scotty just runs everything. It's like he treats it kind of like an afterthought. Like you hit him up and then it's like, it's one of those brands. It almost comes across as a hobby brand to him. Like he doesn't need to sell them. So that's where it's at. They're great boards though. Great boards. Drink your Zima. Okay. Cameron Halmrast. What's new with Randy these days? Huff and farts. He's gotten really poor, so he's making jenkum and trying to get high. That's about it. Okay. All right. Okay. SV Timmy, does the battalion whatever ride like a true twin regardless of the asymmetric shape? Would you see it as an alternative to a DOA, Outsiders, or Jones Mountain Twin as a do-it-all board? I actually just got the new whatever with the new shape, but I'm pretty sure it's twin contact, point to contact. It's probably closer in regards to being like a Jones Stratus, a Dinosaurs Will Die Wizard Stick, something like that. I'm not sure on like I said, I just got it, so I got to go ride it. The last time I rode the whatever, I was like, it was whatever. It was a fucking snowboard. So I'm really hoping once I ride it to like really see if there's any differences from the last time I rode it. Let's see. Okay. All right. Kevy Spilly, not Vail Resorts blaming COVID for their corporate greed. Yeah. Well, that's pretty factual. Eat your muscle cheese, people. All right. Got another super chat here from Igor K. What can we do to provoke angry to become angry? Maybe that Kevin's post regarding supporting community while not giving back to it. Orca, mama buying. Oh, something will always piss me off at some point. So I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, and I posted that fucking stupidest fucking comment I've seen in a while from Jack Crapper. Judging from his live streams and how angry he truly gets, I think he gets paid for these reviews. It's not angry. It doesn't sound like him, and is a very plain review. It's like an audiobook of the Twin Pigs buyer guide narrated by the angry snowboarder. Because it's a fucking mediocre snowboard. Literally, the Zero and the Berserker are better. It was like I wrote it. I was like, why the fuck does this even exist? Oh, so they can say that they have a volume shifted fucking twin Warpig? I was like, fucking pointless. So, yeah. Oh, well. Yeah. I don't know. Something somewhere will piss me off at some point. A lot of passion out there. I got it. Ooh, toe side powder boners. Haven't hit that one yet today. Okay, Chris Yee, which board gets your vote for park progression plus cruising around the mountain with the buddies? The Yes Dicey or the Rome Party Mod or other suggestions? Well, out of those two, I love both those boards, but I do own a Party Mod, so that ought to tell you. And as the moderator, Billy Ray Valentine can attest, I will ride that thing all over the fucking mountain in a 153 like it's nothing. I think it's a little more versatile than the Dicey. Dicey does have camber underfoot versus that flat to rocker, so it does ride different. But one of my other ones favorite, like Park All Mountain, was the Arbor Westmark rocker. I really love that thing. There's a lot of boards, like the Capita Indoor is in that same category, even the DOA to an extent. The Ride Bench Warmer can do it. Even the Zero gets a little loose in the tips. The Karua Auto, like there's a lot of boards that fit into that. So yeah. All right. We got Joe X. Spin to win. Thank you, man. All right, we're doing it. Oh, we bouncing back. Ooh. Go sign up for the Slash and Burn Bank Slalom. It's down in the description of this video. If you're in Colorado, you're going to be there for those days. Come race with former Olympians, future Olympians, pros, washed up people. Maybe I'll even show up. Okay, this is actually really funny from Charles Vaughn. As an East Coast rider, I'd love to see people who grew up riding out west ride wind-blown ice sheets. Also praying to see Buckhouse out here so I can call him a kook. As someone that grew up riding the East, you develop a set of skills for edge control that no one else can have, especially if you rode half pipe on the East, like true half pipe. Like your edge control is so different. It's so funny when people are like, it's super icy, and I'm just over there like, it's like, it's icy in spots. I mean, I'm not saying that the West doesn't get ice, because they do. Like front side of Keystone, about 3:30 when it's sitting in the shade after baking in the sun all day. That's questionable at best. So yeah, let's see. Okay, where are we? Looks like I'm 20 minutes behind you guys in the comments. Okay, let's see. That's a dumb question. Okay. All right, we got Carlos Enriquez with the super chat. Got a Capita DOA this year, and I love the quality on it. Base grind, construction, all of it. What are their free ride options other than the black snowboard of death? The Kazoo, the Navigator. You might have to go over to the Spring Break line too if you want to. Mercury is kind of that all mountain freestyle board, so it's kind of like all in there. Same thing with the Mega Merc. It's in there if you're like on a price point budget. Outer Space Living. So those are kind of like everything from them. Oh, if you can find it, like a Party Shark, too. That's another free ride one. Oh, lose a turn. Ouch. Let's see. Mark, would adding a free ride board to my quiver be redundant? Captain Mega Merc and Endeavor Archetype as of now. Yeah, that's like putting you into a weird spot. So that's yeah, that puts you in a weird spot. Okay. We got Michael Kulig. Avran Union revamping their collection. Saw the Charger and Ultra look like totally different frames compared to what's offered now. Yeah, so they did revamp them. Some of the guys from Underground rode the new Ultra. And we're talking about it. They were like, it looks good. They look really good in person. I'm really curious to ride them and see how they do. So hopefully I can get some. Johan, George, if you're watching this, please send me stuff. Okay. All right. Marco purchase. Hello, Avran. Oftentimes I see ads for summer board and one wheel saying they are ways to keep up snowboarding in the off season. Are those any good, and does it benefit to do that in the off season? Oh, fuck no. Oh, God. You trying to kill yourself? Okay. Summer board? Yeah, that's great if you want to go learn how to fucking skid turns. They're like, it's like carving on concrete. It's not carving. You're literally skidding around on there. One wheel, like, I've got friends that have them. They literally use them for transportation to get to and from the transfer center from the bus, like when they're going to their house. They'll throw it down and fly off with it. It does not ride like a snowboard. It rides like the most reverse camber snowboard with no edge control. And I can't tell you, like, there's a couple shops here that rent one wheels. How many people I see break wrists? Like, they just eat shit and die. Like, no. You really want to do some good off summer training that'll help you with your snowboarding? Get a skateboard, get a pool cruiser or carver board, and go ride a concrete skate park that's got a snake run or a bowl, and learn how to pump so that you never have to push, and how to rip around corners and stuff. That's going to help with your core movements and teach you when you get into tight trees or bank turns how to keep your speed and pump. Like today, I was up riding and I had to keep my speed through a cat track, and I was just like pumping. And this guy's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm pumping." And he's like, "I see that. You're like getting speed." And he's like walking, and he's like, "How do I do that?" And I was like, "You pump. It's not that hard. Go up and down, go up and down." That will actually help more with your balance and understanding the dynamics of how to ride on variable terrain than either of those pieces of shit. All right. Seriously, go down in the description, click the one for the bomb hole raffle, buy a ticket, maybe win a snowboard, and while you're at it, fuck it, go over to Baker Street Snow and click on theirs as well. Let's get back to snowboarding here, people. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Shit. I am way out in the weeds here. How's that? It would be sick to see a Nitro Squash review. There literally is one. I swear to God, people are too lazy to actually do stuff. I actually had a guy comment this past week that was like, "Why don't you have a K2 special effects review?" And I was like, "Search is hard." And I gave him the link, and his response was, "You should put it in the K2 snowboarding playlist." It is in the fucking playlist. Like, search is fucking hard, I guess. Like, it's not hard. Nitro Squash Angry Snowboarder review. You'll either get a video one, or maybe you get an older one from when they were written on angrysnowboarder.com. Like, there's probably a review for it. So, no, like, not hard. Search. Okay, we got Callum Keen. Hey, Angry, I picked up a ride algorithm last year with a pair of Rome Vice bindings and ride fuse boots. I ride all mountain freestyle, free ride. Good choice. Intermediate rider. You're solid, dude. You don't need my validation. Go ride. If you like it, you're good. Just make sure you pull the stock insoles out of those ride fuses and get some aftermarket ones in there. It'll make it more enjoyable for you. And spray skiers. Always spray skiers. All right. Okay, we got Joe X. So looking at a Ride Berserker or Karua transition finder. East Coast, a lot of ice, 160, 15 stance. Blew my other board out in 21 days. Liking the Berserker more. I'd probably do the Berserker. It's going to have a stronger edge on it, just with that slime wall in there. Also, it's a completely different board than the transition finder. It's actually more aggressive, and that camber is more assertive. I'd do the Berserker personally. All right. Let's see. Where were we? Shit. I am way out in the weeds here. All right. Okay, we got Callum Keen. Hey, Angry, I picked up a ride algorithm last year with a pair of Rome Vice bindings and ride fuse boots. I ride all mountain freestyle, free ride. Good choice. Intermediate rider. You're solid, dude. You don't need my validation. Go ride. If you like it, you're good. Just make sure you pull the stock insoles out of those ride fuses and get some aftermarket ones in there. It'll make it more enjoyable for you. And spray skiers. Always spray skiers. All right. Okay, we got Callum Keen. Hey, Angry, I picked up a ride algorithm last year with a pair of Rome Vice bindings and ride fuse boots. I ride all mountain freestyle, free ride. Good choice. Intermediate rider. You're solid, dude. You don't need my validation. Go ride. Smash that like button, people. Smash that like button. Okay. Okay, Patrick, what was the Spring Break board with the Reaper on it? Was that the Power Racer? No, I think that was the new Spring Break Twin, if I remember correctly. I'm pretty sure that was the Twin. Tatsu Miyagawa. Sorry, Miyagawa. I'm 75 kilograms. Do I get the 152 or 147 for the Solomon Dancel? Saw you ride the 152 and you mentioned you're 80 kilograms. I would get the 52 at 75. You can go down to the 47, but I think you'd have it'll be more stable with you going to the 52. Okay. Carlos Enriquez, how would you compare the Rome Ravine with the Arbor Iguchi Pro? Well, they're made in the same factory. So the Iguchi camber will be a little. I haven't ridden it. That's the problem. I'm supposed to ride it. So it's got a thicker core, so it should be a little bit stiffer, especially in the nose. It's probably going to be a little more damp. It's going to grip different underfoot, and the pop engagement, because the camber profiles are a little different, will be off. Unfortunately, like I said, I haven't ridden it yet. I'm trying to get one, so hopefully I can and see how that goes. Oof. Lose a turn. All right. Well, we got Igor K with another super chat. Thank you for everything you do for snowboard community. It's much appreciated. If only there's more people like you. Thank you, Avran. Well, you know what? We can try to convince people to do more. Like that's it. It starts with one person and then it kind of just expands out from there. So, you know, it's that's where we're at. So let's like I said, it's February. I'm challenging everyone that watches this and everyone that follows Angry to do one thing to help snowboarding culture. Give your old gear to someone that needs it. Stop and help someone that's in need. I mean, I won't. I'll spray them because I'm an asshole, but that's me. But maybe you need to do that. Maybe you volunteer with a snowboard charity. Maybe you donate to a snowboard charity. I mean, I've got links down in the description for 2 different raffles that you could donate to right now that would help. Maybe you just listen to your favorite snowboard podcast and just tell them how fucking rad they are, you know? Maybe you thumbs up a video. Just do something. Do something that helps it. Maybe when you're pulling into the parking lot at the resort and the guy that's directing traffic, maybe you give him a burrito, you know, stuff like that. Like, let's just do something good. Do something good for snowboarding. And if you're going to Steamboat, make sure you take a bottle of Malort to Powder Tools. They love Malort, every one of them. And make sure you specifically ask for Bernie to do your custom boot fit. He loves getting his tiny hands on feet. Just loves it. He's the best. And if he tries to pawn you off, you say, nope, Avran said that Curtis said that you need to do it. So yeah, let's do that. So let's just try to normalize February right now and trying to give back to snowboarding. I mean, I'm going to do this all throughout the year. There is going to be a big giveaway coming up to around the 25th. So yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Jake Harris 607. I learned to ride on traditional camber. You learned to ride on traditional camber. When did camber become for advanced riders only? When people became giant fucking pussies. It's really what it is. Like, I blame all these super woke-divist fucking all-inclusive participation trophy helicopter parenting douche canoes. Like, I have no problem with stuff being made easier for people so they can pick it up. There's nothing wrong with that. And camber, it like if it's done right, it isn't just advanced. Like it teaches you a different dynamic of how to ride. Unfortunately, a lot of people are like, camber's for advanced people. Yeah, because you get fucking putzes like James Beastie from the Good Ride. You get Kevin from Snowboard Pro Camp. Jimmy Fuckhouse over there. Oh, I've never ridden a cambered fucking snowboard. Oh, it's advanced. Oh, fuck you, dude. If you claim you've been riding for 20 years, you rode fucking camber. You started on it like the rest of us. But I get it. So many people that don't know how to fucking actually engage on the front foot and actually steer a board and drive it from outside the front foot while transitioning their weight to the center of the board and driving from the inside of their back foot off the and then through the tail. They don't fucking get it. They don't know how to turn. They don't understand that shit. So it's like, oh, camber's aggressive. It fucking hooks up. No, it hooks up because you fucking suck. I'll tell you what. You know how many times I scorpioned my first year snowboarding? 3. Because after the 3rd time, I was sick of knocking the wind out of me, and I knew it was going to suck if I did it again. You learned really quick. Also, because my brother told me that I had to hit everything by going straight and popping off of it. But either way, fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's like, it's not that it's advanced. It's just more assertive than other camber profiles, especially if it's full old school traditional camber. Like, I don't have my IPP in here. I wish I did. It's got 9 millimeters of traditional camber. It's like this fucking much. It was funny. I was showing like one of my reps that, and he's like, 9 millimeters. He's like, Jesus Christ, how do you ride that? And I was like, fast and aggressive, and I pop hard, and my knees hate me at the end of the day. So yeah, okay. I don't know what that question is. Oh God, this is so 32. But from turning boards, giving old but still in good shape boots to my buddy. The sole of his 32s came off the boot on the way down, giving back to snowboarding. Oh my God, those old, so 32, when they were doing like those foam soles, they would just rip right off the boots. Fucking ass. They're ass. Seriously. Oh, ass. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Or Ian, what was the Yes War Orca you posted? That's literally it. So from my understanding, it's basically a directional twin with taper. And it's basically their answer to the Orca and the War Pig, and it's kind of a joke. I'll be riding that in like 3 weeks, I think. So, but I thought it was funny that they called it the Worka. That made me die laughing. Like when Kevin was there yesterday, and I showed him. I was like, "Hey, Kevin, did you see this?" He's like, Jesus fucking Christ. He's like, "This is bullshit." And I was like, "No, this is fucking great." Like, I'm not even upset. I think it's the funniest fucking thing on earth. Like, it's just absolutely amazing because they now have a name that I have conditioned people for over 2 years about a board that would be an Orca and a War Pig combined, and they made it. It's genius on their part. It's absolute genius. Like, they've got a back catalog of marketing talking about a board that we didn't even know was going to exist. I am absolutely loving it, every minute of it. It's fucking amazing. All right. We got a super chat from Deuce. We need a top 5 snowboarding sunglasses vid. Maybe I'll do something in the spring. I'm going to be doing top 5 best quick change lenses video here shortly. I got to do some stuff. I got to get to that. But yeah, I'm going to do something like that for you guys. So I also still got to do top 5 intermediate boards for the progressing lady. So yeah, fire cures all, like your rectal herpes. Okay. Okay. Okay, we got Jimmy Ferris. Switched from Speedlays to bows this season. 2020 Burton Photons, and I'm having trouble with the dials popping. Not a huge deal, but kind of a pain. Any suggestions other than new boots? So that's a Burton-specific issue, and I don't know if it's the knobs themselves that have issues, and you might just need to take it in and have them replace the whole knob with the internal piece, or if it's because of they use that thread instead of the steel cable, and it's just getting worn out, so it's not staying taut, and then it just pops. You're not the first person to tell me about that. I think you're like the 3rd or 4th in the last week, and it seems to be the Photons that it's having that issue with. So where I'm at with that is basically you might need to replace the whole knob, which you can watch a video. It's not that hard. You just like pop it off. unfeed it, swap out the cable, put a new cable in. You might need to go to a steel cable. If you don't want to do it, find a shop that's comfortable doing it. Tip them $20 or a 30 rack of PBR or a bunch of donuts or some shit, and have them do it. But yeah, that's not something that I haven't heard. Okay, so we got a Lancelot 007. Our battalion binding is durable. Too early to tell. I'm currently on a 2008 Flux. You're on a binding that's 14 years old. Anything's more durable than that. So they borrowed heavily from Rome. So it's the Rome chassis on there. So that chassis, I ride Rome's. This is actually like a DOD chassis if you look at it. I will be riding these next week. So, but by and large, from everyone that I know that rides these, like I've talked to some of their pro guys, I've talked to the reps, I've talked to some shop guys. I've got friends that are just huge battalion guys. They are absolutely loving these. These are like, they basically said they're like, this is everything Switchback wished that it had been. Way better and way more durable. So I'm very optimistic about these. I'm pretty sure I'm going to just absolutely love the way that these ride. So yeah. Let's see. Okay. Aaron Barella. Avran, what's the better binding, the Jones Mercury or the Now Drive? Obviously, they're similar, but is there a point to go with one or the other in your opinion? Price. Whoever's got the cheaper price, because they pretty much basically overlap each other. So, all right. Let's see. What else we got going here? All right. Let's see. Oh, God. I'm not even answering that. Okay. Let's see. Wait. I feel like I'm behind a little bit here. I'm trying to catch up. Okay. Herbert Mermountain. Any rescues since last time? Not that I'm aware of. I don't think anyone's done anything stupid in the backcountry. Well, people have probably done stupid shit in the backcountry, but I haven't heard anything. So, yeah. Remember to subscribe. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Jeff Sprague. What is up with people who think Napton's riding style is cool? They're probably the same people that watch the fuck at the Olympics. Not even at the Olympics. They watch Saturday gymnastics on NBC or whatever. It's those people. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's kooky as fuck. It's awful watch. It's awful to watch. It's awful to see in person. Like every now and then when he does just like a good carve, I'm like, yeah. Because like living at Breck, I used to see him. I'd be like, that's cool. And then he'd go into the gymnastics routine and I'm just like, fuck me. That is so awful. I don't get it. I don't get it. And he gives such bad advice. Like he's literally conditioned people to be like, I have a size 9 boot. I need like a 30 waist board. I was like, why? You're not booting out. You've never booted out. You want to know what happened is you suck at riding. And when you leveraged it on edge, you fell over because you can't hold it anymore. That's like when people tell me that they boot out and what board they're on. And I'm just like, there's no fucking way they booted out unless they've got like a 16-inch stance and 0 angles. It's like they literally fucking fell over. They just leveraged it and fell over. That's really where we're at. Okay. Okay. DJ Frank. Current quiver is a LibTech Dagmar. Dagmar is a good board. Jamie Lynn and a Ride Helix. What would be a good volume shifted choices? I think in between those two, you want something like your War Pig, Party Platter, Tellus Backslash. You want something with a little more freestyle flair in there, even a Slush Slasher to a point. Just something in there that's more party board oriented. Okay. PSA from our moderator, Ingmar Backman, Meltdown Project, Atlantis Snow. Well, speaking of retro brands coming back, M3's coming back again. I actually talked to Seth Quackenbush from over there, so I should be getting some boards. Blaze is doing the graphics. I looked at the catalog. So 3 models. So we'll see. And pray to the altar of snowboarding. Let's see. Let's see, where were we? Let's see. Feel like I'm missing some questions here. Where were we? This is just a good one from Ian. Sometimes when I'm having a bad day, I'll watch your review of the Skate Banana. If you're having a bad day, just go watch the review of the Skate Banana. Then read the comments of the people trying to fucking defend that piece of shit. Oh my God, I really want to make a top 5 video that's like top 5 reasons you are defending your argument and you're wrong, and not make it a public video. Just like when someone just leaves one of these similar comments, just give them the thing and be like, number 3, number 1, number 2, number 4, so that they can just like fast forward the video and be like, oh my God, he's calling me out, and be like, yeah, you fucking bought it. You have no frame of reference, so of course you're going to defend it. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was people that defended Yugos when they bought them. Like, people defended fucking Pintos and Gremlins, not the board. The Gremlin snowboard's good. The Gremlin car. Okay, we got Mark DeCorso. Canoe money. Good deck for indoor jibs and small jumps. Does the mag help it out on the big hill and make it more stable? Where does it land on the flex? This versus Gangplank versus Sleepwalker. It's going to be the softest out of those 3 because it's got the full center reverse camber in there. The money is actually like price point, good bang for the buck. It's surprising for being a reverse camber board. It actually rides really well. For indoor, dude, it'd be a total great fuck around thing. The mag will help with edge hold too. Just understand you can't steer it out at the contact points. You got to steer it right underfoot. So it's like riding a skateboard with loose trucks. That's the best way I can describe it. But yeah, in terms of flex, it would be money, Sleepwalker, Gangplank. In terms of pop, it would be Gangplank, Sleepwalker, money. You lose a turn too. Okay. We got a PSA from S2000 guys. Silver Heeled filet mignon. It was good. Yes, Silver Heeled in Frisco. You're lucky. You got a good chef while they were there. The food's hit or miss. Depends who's working. Ooh, next on Super Chat gets a spin. Let's see. This is actually a really funny question from BQB. Did you or anyone see how much camber was on Sean White's white space board on the GQ top 5 must-haves? That's his legitimate board. Like, if you actually look, so I've actually held the production model that's going to be for the general public, way less camber in it. But yeah, his version himself, fucking gnarly. All right. Let's see. Answering that question. Okay. Wait. I feel like I'm missing some questions here. Where'd that go? Okay. Here we go. Matt Tizzolo got to demo some Caruas last week with my fiance. We brought donuts. We both want a dart now. So do you have any binding recommendations that pair well? We only really go to copper. One, thanks for bringing the donuts. Those were delicious. You must have showed up right before I did because I got to eat those. Got a sugar buzz. Also, if you're going to buy a dart, make sure you buy it from the underground. Andy's got a shipment, I think, coming in this week. But yeah, so you want bindings for that board. It depends what you want. Like personally, I think to get the most out of that board, you want a binding that can be surfy, but also playful. That's where the K2 Lean AT really comes in because you can customize it with that heel block, make it super surfy on a pade, put it back in when you want to go charge a groomer, especially if like you're coming down the race course, or even if you're just like off timberline over there, just ripping the blues, laying trenches through the beginner area and around and stuff like that. And for like, I think the women's version is the Bedford, but there's a women's KG version. Like that's what it, or if you did like Union, you'd probably want the Strata on there. Just because it's going to have more lateral play. If you're really looking for a binding, though, to drive it, I would put a Now binding on there because with that skate tech, like you probably want above the Select Pro or up for the guys, which I'm trying to think what the women's version is, but like even the drives, because you put the hard bushing, so when you push down, you're going to get more power into that toe edge, and then when you push on the heel, you're going to get more power in that heel edge as well. I think that those would be super, super solid. Okay. Let's see. We got a super chat from Andrew Hernandez. Crosshatch structure versus linear structure for SoCal riding. June and Mammoth primarily. Cons, benefits of each explained. Vid going in depth. Oh, God, no. Fucking confuse all of you people. So, crosshatch is better for like colder conditions and like drier snow. That linear structure, because you're dealing with wetter snow, is going to be better. It's just going to be better because you're going straight. It's just going to keep it that way. The big problem, though, because you're in SoCal, you have to pay attention to the smog report in LA and what direction the storm rolls through June Mammoth. If that storm has any sludge coming through, like it picks up any of that smog and deposits it, you're going to get that in there, and that's going to clog that structure up. So you want to keep the base clean. That's kind of a bigger thing in there. But mid-season, crosshatch. Spring preseason, linear in there if it's warmer. So like right now, crosshatch would probably be fine for you, but by like 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, the linear would actually be better for you. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, ouch. Remember to subscribe. Do. Ninja Beck, have you heard anything about a collab gremlin between GNU and Air Blaster? Yeah, Air Blaster always does a collab with GNU. This time it's going to be the gremlin. Before it was the spam. They also did another one. So, yeah. Okay, Michael Kulig. As someone who rode a 195 Atomic Arc full cambered skis and Lang banana boots in 1986 and transitioned to snowboarding, learn to ride full camber, people. It makes you a better rider. It does. So one of the things that I think, this is really funny. There's a couple things that I think everyone should do as a rider to progress. Know how to ride camber, but also know how to ride reverse camber, hybrid camber, cam rocker, S camber, how to ride every type of camber profile, because they all are unique and different. You should know how to, you should be able to, when you're like, oh, it's S camber, it's set back, this is how this is going to ride. Oh, it's cam rocker, it's going to ride like this. It's flat to rocker, it's flat, it's this. Each one has a different characteristic. You should learn how each one engages and disengages, because it's going to tell you where you got to put the power outside your bindings, inside your bindings, whether you're steering more from outside the front foot or inside the front foot, or inside the back foot or off the back foot. You know, they all dynamically ride so different that you need to figure out how that is. So that's one thing that I think everyone should. But old school camber, everyone should learn how to do it and just understand how that edge hold works. The other thing is ride a big fucking board. I don't mean like, oh, it's 5-10 centimeters bigger than what I'm talking, like 30 centimeters out of your comfort zone. I'm talking like a 173, a 203, something like that. that will change how your perspective of how a snowboard should turn and how you actually flex it and engage it to push through chop and chunder and how to drive it through a turn. Those will really, really change you, those two things, and how you should ride. I mean, I do think that every one of you should scare themselves one time a day when you snowboard. Just one thing that like you leave your comfort zone and you just ride. And you do one thing that just freaks you out a little bit because that little scare will help you in the long run. So, those are like three big things that I think are takeaways from this. What do we got? Is it going to bounce back? Ooh, lose a turn. Ouch. Okay. Okay, Patrick, any estimates on price increase for pricing next year? We're looking at 10%, 20% more. 2022, 23 Mercuries are on sale, and I'm thinking about getting one before they jack the price up. Low estimate is 7%, but I think we're realistically looking at a 10 to 20% increase in prices. Alfred Morgan, what's good? You still enjoying the Rome party mod? Fuck yeah, I am. Okay. Cameron Cleggett, if I want to progress my park riding, do you suggest the Battalion Evil Twin or the Rome party mod? You got to ask yourself what camber profile you want. So the Evil Twin has traditional camber. The party mod is a flat to rocker. Then you got to ask yourself, do you want 3D shaping? So you're going to lose that contact bite on the Evil Twin. It's just, it brings it back in. So you've got a looser feel at the tip of the tail. Whereas with the party mod, you've got a skate-like pop. So you got this flat section. When you roll back, it engages those two rods in the tail, and you're going to snap that way. Personally, I think the party mod is a better board all overall, and that would be what I would push you to. Oh, my dog's going to kill the delivery guy. You go back to sleep. Just being a little turd Ferguson. Let's see. Where were we? Okay. We got Rick Kinzer with the Super Chat. Ride Adidas. That's something. Ties, boots, size 11 with Union Atlas. What? I have no idea what. Ride Addis? That's something. I don't even know. Union Atlas large, Capita Navigator 158, 250, 511. Get pain, middle of the front foot, ride regular 1212. Blinding set to. Okay, so I got to kind of decipher this. So it sounds like you're getting foot pain in the front foot, right in the middle. If you do not have an insert in there, like an aftermarket insole, like a Remind, pull the stock insole and get something that's going to cradle that arch. You need something to just cradle that arch, give you a little more instep stability. My dog is crying. 1 second. Hey, baby's to bed. Go. Neighbor's dog is outside the door taunting her. That dog gaslights my puppy all the time. She's like, oh, come out and play. I'm outside. And then I let her out, and then she's just like, I'm going inside. I'm done with you. But yeah, to go back to the question, you need the place to start if you're having pressure on the instep of your foot, insoles. If you're still having that after there, adjust your heel strap, toe strap, see if you need to move it up or down. Make sure your boot's still fitting, stuff like that. Maybe you need to bring in the width of your bindings so it's a little narrower. Maybe you need to go a little wider. It's only 4 screws. You got to play with it at some point in there. I can't believe you're riding a Navigator 158 at 250 pounds. You're probably overpowering that thing. But yeah, that's kind of where you need to start, is like working on that. So while you're at it, go buy one of the raffle tickets on the bomb hole for the White Snowboard of Life. Or click the Baker Street Snow link down in the description and go win yourself a ride algorithm, hopefully. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Let's see. I think we're kind of caught up on questions. I'm going to kind of pull it for the day because I got shit I got to do. So I feel like I got most everyone's questions. So, anyways, top 5 video coming out later tonight or early tomorrow, plus another review video. If you haven't, go buy one of the raffle tickets for one of the giveaways down there. And if you're coming to Steamboat in March, you want to go do the slash and burn bank slalom, go do that. Make sure you shop at Powder Tools up in Steamboat. They're one of the raddest shops around. I love that shop. I love all the guys that work there. They're basically family to me. So let's do that. Plus, I'm sponsored. I'm a sponsored snowboarder. So do that. But yeah, do that. Try to give back at least once this month to snowboarding. Do something for snowboarding one way or another. I don't care what it is. Just do something good. Don't support kooky ass brands like Clue or Gilson or any of that fucking garbage ass shit. Support like real core brand. I hopefully will get the last shipment of the Amazon pants so I can start tearing apart all this crap ass outerwear and show you guys how bad Dope Snow is. No Bad Day lost my fucking package, so they're arguing with me that they're not going to refund me, so they automatically fail. But yeah, so we got that coming out for you. Otherwise, if you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Check out the video over there. It'll explain it so much better. Anyways, guys, I'll be back next week. Yeah, I should be back next week with a live stream for you. And I got videos coming out for you probably all week. So thanks again, guys, and I'll see you in another video.